So I just got done with a workout. I'm on my way home. Just stopped and pulled into a parking lot just to talk. Obviously I'm a fitness coach, and fitness has been a part of my life for since I was 7 years old. And the thing I always notice and what I've always paid attention to is just this drive, drive to better yourself and to really force yourself to grow. And what comes with that is a lot of uncomfort. And I'm used to it now because I've been lifting weights for 15 years. So I'm used to pushing my body to be uncomfortable and suffer that short-term pain for the long-term results and way of life, and just the self-respect I have for myself. And what I see in the world today, whether it's fitness or just life in general, is nobody is pushing themselves to be better. It's all about comfort. It's all about feeling good. Yeah, that's fine. It has its place for sure. But you as a man, if you're not pushing yourself to be better each and every day, then the life that you're going to be able to live is not going to be very it's not going to be worth I don't want to say it's not going to be worth living life, but you're not going to get the best out of life. And that's the one thing I've noticed with fitness is the harder I push, the more motivated I am, the more drive I have, the better my life gets. And here in the United States, you're probably watching it here, the way of life in the United States is not looking good for anybody. Unless you're in the 1% and you're set off and all good. But majority of people, it's not how it is. And the reason that is because life has become so much fucking easier than what it was, say 50, 100 years ago, 200 years ago. The men back in that age, they had to fucking fight for what they have. They had to work hard for what they have, hard manual labor. And we've gotten so far away from that, in today's society, which isn't a bad thing. We're an evolving and advancing, society. It just comes with, being human, right? We always want to advance. But it doesn't always trickle down to the people, that need to advance. And, what fitness has given me is just a new perspective on life. And, how I see it is the more you push yourself, the more you challenge yourself, the better your life gets. It's just as simple as that. The more you can voluntarily put yourself through hard things and hard tasks and complete them and keep on doing them, repeatedly, the better you get as a human being. So depending on who you are and your situation, you could have kids, you could have a girlfriend, a wife, family, it really doesn't matter. But becoming fit and being fit translates into every single one of those aspects, whether family, relationships, your job, your career. Fitness transforms all of those. It's not just about getting abs and fucking looking slimmer, looking nice in clothes. Those things come with it, and yes, they're nice for sure, but it's who you are as a human being that really makes the difference in how your life looks. And we've gotten so far away from that. We have foods that are we have TV shows for foods, for unhealthy fucking trash foods, and it's popular and it's normal. It's normal to eat processed foods and have it a part of your daily diet. And as society has evolved, the more fake food is more available. We have foods that are calorie dense and nutrient deficient. And then we wonder why it's hard to lose body fat, it's hard to get in shape, it's hard to look how you want to look, it's hard to be consistent in the gym. That plays a part in food as well. And it's you have to disconnect your mind to, okay, what's normal and what's not. And what's normal, what's going to make me better. And if you can't do that, then you're just going to be in society, just going in the motions and living how everybody else is living. And that's not going to be fun for you. I can promise you that, because I spent 2 years in the worst shape of my life. And, looking back on it now, that was one of the most miserable times of my life for 2 years. I didn't have any confidence. I couldn't, get a relationship or get dates. my work was hard. It was always stressful. Like, the things in my life that have changed, like, have given me so much more perspective, like, from where I am now into where I was. Like, everything in my life has completely changed. Like, I got a better job. You know, I live in Florida. I moved to Florida. Loving life in Florida. I get to go to the beach like almost every weekend. Like, meeting new people, meeting new friends, meeting new women. Like, all that stuff is cool. And it's like, wow. Like, you can change your life in a short amount of time. Like, compared to your whole lifespan. This is the crazy thing about fitness. Like, throughout your whole lifespan, you can spend your whole life at like 20, 30, 40 years. You can spend that in your worst shape, and you can change it in a year. That's the crazy thing about fitness. You can change your life in a year. And some people 3 months, some people 6 months. And like, most people just don't grasp that concept that it's a short-term struggle, a voluntary struggle that makes you better in every way to live the rest of your life enjoying it. And that's what fitness means to me. Like, I get to enjoy, you know, taking my shirt off at the pool or at the beach, going on vacation, just having fun. Like, not having to worry about, oh, like a diet plan and like nutrition, I gotta eat clean. No, it's not all about that. Like, I don't have to worry about, you know, pulling my shirt off my fat, because I used to do that. I don't have to worry about not fitting into clothes anymore, because that used to be me. Like, the things that, you know, are normalized, like, you know, kind of being fat and like being okay with being fat, like, what does that lead to? Like, it's miserable. Like, how, like, I can't imagine myself going back to the place that I was because of how terrible it felt. Like, it felt like I was living in hell, but I really wasn't, because it was kind of normal. I thought I was like everybody else. But it came to a point where I got so tired of dealing with fucking joint pains, dealing with inflammation. I was so inflamed, my face was so puffy, it felt like my fucking eyeballs were popping out of my skull. Like, that's how it was. Like, yeah, like, it's a lot different now, but looking back at where I was, like, not being able to go out and wear my favorite jeans or like my favorite clothes, shirts, like, I never imagined I could get to that place, but I got there. And I never really expected to get the results that I've gotten now, but I've gotten there. And it's like, now, where I'm at now, it's whenever I look into a mirror, like when I walk into a bathroom and I have my shirt off, it's like, wow, like, what the fuck? Because I never expected this myself. Like, I have fucking veins popping out of my shoulders, like veins in my, like, I see veins in my waist and my, like, quads. I've never seen those things before in my life. And it's like, I wasn't even going for it. I wasn't even trying to, you know, have veins popping out everywhere and, you know, like, being shredded, seeing my muscle striations, like, when I'm doing a lift. Like, that shit's crazy to me. And, like, I never even expected it. Like, it's a surprise for me. And, like, the things that you can accomplish as a human being, you think are so limited. You think you can only accomplish a finite amount. But once you change your body, that changes your mind. It changes your whole outlook on fitness and changes your whole outlook on life. Like, the thing about it is, we create the lives that we have. Whether we like it or not, whether we know it or not. We create every circumstance we have in our life. You know, especially as men, like, every responsibility that we have in life is on us. Nobody can really help us. Nobody can really save us. So, like, when you don't carry the burden of taking care of yourself, what do you think that's going to lead to anything else? What do you think that's going to lead for everything else in your life? Like, it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be enjoyable. You're just going to go through life with regrets, with shame, with guilt, because you know you can be better. And you choose comfort in the way of that. Like, think about it. Like, you can be living the best version of your life within a year if you commit to yourself and do what you say you're going to do, and do it, you know, with all the energy that you have in your body. Like, so here's something that, you know, I did when I was getting in shape, is all of that shame, all of that guilt, all of that discomfort, I looked at where I was and I bottled that energy up, because that's all it is. Emotions are energy. And like, that's all it is. That shame, guilt, like somewhat depression, like all of those are emotions and they're energy. But the thing about it is, what most people don't know is you can channel that energy. Like, I'm not talking about like fucking spiritual shit right now and like woo-woo, but like seriously, like that's exactly what I did. Like when I was in the gym and I was like pushing fucking hard, like going crazy in the gym, and it wasn't taking up my whole week. I only lifted 3 days out of the week. But when I did, I used all of those emotions that I was feeling when I was at my lowest point, and I used it on those weights. And then when I got home, it was like, I'm not gonna eat like shit because I saw what it felt like. That's where that shame, guilt, discomfort, frustration, that's where all that came from, was from my shitty eating habits, not going to the gym, not working out, not being active at all. That's where all that shame and guilt came from. So I bundled it up, put it right back inside myself, channeled it, and used it to build my body. And every man on earth can do that. Will every man on earth do that? Fuck no. But you can. Like, if you're watching this, you can use all that energy, all those negative emotions that you feel, you can use them to build yourself for the future. You can use those emotions to build yourself for the future. And I promise you, you will not regret what you get out of it. I can promise you that. So whenever you don't feel like working out after work and you do it anyway, that's where that comes from. That's for the future. Like, fitness in your body is just a lagging indicator of the decisions you've made in the past. That's all it is. Like, what you do now has an effect on the future. Whether you like it or not, you got to come to grips with it. And if you don't, you're just going to be living like everybody else, feeling miserable, not taking pride in your body, not having the confidence that you could have. And I don't have to keep, beating a dead horse. Like, that feels like absolute bullshit. And at some point, you just have to be real with yourself and tell yourself, I'm not going to do this anymore. It didn't take long for me. And, a lot of people have lived their whole lives being fat, which product of your environment, the things you learn when you're a kid, you take with you in your adult life, whether you're conscious of that or not. But like, you have to be able to see what you've been doing, see where it's led, really think to yourself, like, is this how I want to live? Is this what I want my life to look like for the rest of my life? And when you do that, you're gonna like face those fucking negative emotions. You're gonna have to face them. Like, there really isn't any other way to better yourself if you don't face the bad parts of yourself. That's really all it comes down to. And then, like, the thing about it is, with fitness, it's not about this constant grind. It's not about fucking wearing yourself out in the gym. It's not about fucking being disciplined, waking up at 5 a.m. Like, I do that now sometimes, but I have to because of work. Or I could just hit the gym after work. Like, I do both. Like, it's not this strict thing that you have to do. Yes, you have to do the right things, but like 90% of people don't do the right things and still wonder why it's hard. So yes, you have to do the right things. Yes, you have to like perfect the right things. And when you do that, it becomes so much easier. It becomes like actually enjoyable building yourself, because you see the challenges you put yourself through and you always make it through. Whether you have a shitty workout, whether you have a great workout, you always make it through. And then that's just building on. That's just adding on to what you're going to be or who you're going to become. So that was like a little rant, not really a rant because I just worked out and I don't have crazy energy, but yeah, like fitness is the gateway to a better life. And that's really all it comes down to. If you want to live your best life, if you want to be in your best shape, if you want to have the confidence that nobody can fuck with you, nobody can take away from you, the self-respect you have for yourself, and have it translate into every aspect of your life, that's what fitness can give you. So that's it. I'm kind of done with this little talk. I just wanted to like talk because I had like just these thoughts in my mind, and I just wanted to, give them to people so they can help, see what fitness can give you, you know, like see like a different perspective of, you know, just the rah like lift weights bullshit. Like, yeah, that stuff is cool, but like you have to understand where it comes from. And if you don't understand like where it comes from, how you can get it, like the more perspectives you have, the better. And you know, I never had these, you know, perspectives when I was getting in my best shape. It was just like me and just fucking, it was just like a one focused mission for me. And like, it may not be that way for everybody, but you know, at the end of the day, all you have is yourself. They don't bury you in the ground with all your things. They don't bury you in the ground with your family, hopefully not. So like, at the end of the day, all it comes down to is you just taking ownership of yourself, which in turn is taking ownership of your life. And if you can do that, you're going to come out of the other side successful and proud of who you become. So that's it. Leave a comment, leave a like if you want. Let me know how this is, and I'll talk to you in the next video.